Man, got to work on those transitions. Good day. Hello, welcome. We're back. We're back at it, but much earlier today because I'm going to watch some football tonight. A cup game here in Denmark, which, if you know me, that is my favorite thing to do in the entire world. 7 out of 10. Great job. No, I began to work on some singers, and then I realized that like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I need to cut something. Whoa! How does it sound, Malls? I don't have any music playing, but I will. I guess yeah. I can't hear it. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. Your voice is lovely. Oh, that's surprising. I feel like I got like I feel like for the first 20 or 30 minutes, I have just this thing sitting in the back of my throat saying, nope, you're not going to start talking yet. Maybe all this talking will do better. Music is a tiny bit, just a tickle too loud. All right, I brought it down just a little bit. Let's see if that's better. If that's better. I like the idea of using tickle as a form of measurement. It's just a tickle. That's funny. A tickle more. All right. It's like barely showing. It's barely showing that it's doing any sound at all. It's crazy. Did you notice any difference? I mean, I brought it down just like a tickle. Like a tickle. I'm just calling it what it is. Still too much? Or you tell me. It's just you and I sitting in here talking to each other at this point. Still too loud in my opinion. All right. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's just, oh, you know what it is? It's in this, I've got the wrong audio source in this scene. Let's go here. Oh man. What about now? Oh, I don't even see anything in this one. Do. Yikes. I mean, you can hear my voice, right? Unchanged. Shit. System sound Elgato. All right, what about now? I'm confused. I don't see 1010 on your voice. I don't see anything going. I don't see the music at all going to the system. Oh yeah, I see it. It's so weird. Confused. So confused. You can see like on my screen right now, you can see it's like pumping out. Oh, it's loud. I don't know how to, like, you look here, like it doesn't even look like it doesn't look like any sound is coming through.
Is it this one?
Oh, it could be.
I didn't hear any difference. Okay, so maybe just start muting things until... Oh, it's coming through your mic. Mute that.
Coming through the mic?
Yeah. Like it's registering as the output device.
Oh boy.
So, I don't know how.
Can you hear it still?
You muted it. That
all right.
Good. Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that helped.
All right, well.
You can bump it up a tiny bit.
we've got still have a problem there.
It's just that somehow your music is
The-
input into your mic.
Something's, yeah, all right.
It's okay though for stream.
It's something for tomorrow. I like hearing your voice. Hello. All right. All right, well, as usual with any stream that's new or old, there's always technical difficulties. There's always some kind of sound problem. And, it's funny, I'd spent so much time dealing with the sound and trying to get it to work. And I have a new mic and the whole process. And, like, it didn't make any difference. Like, still is not coming from Elgato to how it's working inside the stream. It doesn't, it's always the fucking sound. And you watch so many videos and everyone complains about the same thing. Like someday someone will figure it out and make it perfect. But I don't know. I mean, you watch even the big streamers with tons of equipment and lots of money and they still have the same problem. So for the last couple of days, we've been playing Plan B, Terraform, and really enjoying it. Yesterday we got pretty far along, level 15 unlock, and I think the problem we were running into was just logistics, number one. And number two, the water. Water's always a big problem. So there was a patch yesterday, and it says if you look here under improvements, line creation, complete rework. So they reworked the train stuff. So we saw that in the patch. But under balance, increase the city's minimum altitude at world creation, lower the water initial creation altitude, and change the gray overlay light gray for future oceans bottoms. This balance right here is huge because what we were running into yesterday and what we talked about a lot was water flooding the cities and flooding our construction areas. And so we were having to move a bunch of stuff. And so the one thing that we stopped on yesterday was we were gonna have to move our entire food distribution network because it was gonna be underwater soon and it was fucked up. So, so after I read this morning, I thought to myself, okay, let's start over, which I'm a big fan of. Like, there are some games I can think of, Oxygen Not Included being one of them, that like I could play the first 100 turns of Oxygen Not Included for the rest of my life over and over and over again. There's something about that initial getting going that I just love, right? And maybe it's because I've done it so many times, and maybe because it's warm and friendly and you know what to do, and there's some things that can happen and change the way it runs. But yeah, I like the start over process. I think I like the initial, maybe I'm just like a start over kind of guy. Maybe that's not something. Malls, do you like to play games from the start over? Like I like, how many times have I restarted Minecraft from the get-go? I mean, 1,000. So, so this will be my third time starting Plan B, but I think this patch balance here, fixed vehicles kept alive after creating a new world, so that's not something we're having problems. Tech changes and hints. I think this one thing says we need to start over, because what this is going to do is it's going to raise the city up on world creation and also lower the initial creation altitude for water. So we should see at least around so we should see two things. The cities won't flood, great. And two, if we build close to the cities on some things, maybe that won't flood either. So when we're building, the oxygen stuff that we build close to the city and the food that we're going to build close to the city, maybe that won't get underwater. So I'm interested to see how it does. I mean, we were at a point, like, it's pretty quick to get back to where we were if you were like, oh, I want to see what he does next. Like, and maybe we can take the lessons. I think this is something, DSB is sort of the same way, where like you run through that initial first time, Satisfactory probably too, a lot of these games. You take what you learned from the last one and you apply it this time. So maybe we won't make some of the same stupid mistakes that we made the last time. And maybe we maybe we just go after the levels. So we only pay attention to the other two cities when we have to achieve a level. And maybe we just focus on trying to get the one city as big as fucking possible. Maybe that should be the stream title. Focusing, maybe the stream title tomorrow is Big Fucking City. So let's launch, I don't think the game is launched. Let's go ahead and launch it. Oh God, the music is on. Big fucking city. The music is fine, but it's repetitive, like we talked about last week. And after a while, it goes to, yeah, it takes me to Crazy Town. So we don't want Drax to go to Crazy Town. So we need to, your jazz music can be a little louder. All right. It's at 6% loud right now. I'll take it to 9%. I'll take it to 12. You tell me. Refund your ticket to Crazy Town. You're so sweet. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna hit play and we're gonna say new planet, Bukart. I name my planets and everything what I've been naming it since I was a kid, which is Penyork. I think once upon a time, 100 years ago, I could tell you the origins of the word Penyork. It was in some building game that I was playing on a 286. And I had to name something, and this is what popped into my head. And for years and years and years, I've been using this. I own the domain name. That's how crazy I am. So let's see if it'll let us do it. Sometimes games are like, you already have something named Penyork. And then I'm like, Penyork 3, Penyork 4, Penyork, we died again. You've been mandated to manage the resources of the newly discovered planet. You must bring supplies to the cities and manage terraforming projects. Good luck. That seems... Wait. I don't remember that. Maybe I just skipped past it. Hey, all right. So now the mountain range... The other map was really bad. New Los Angeles. Hooray! Now it's put the mountain range down here. So we've got a nice straight shot up there. Can we skip the tutorial? Because we don't need it. On the other map, we had this huge mountain range that was blocking us from all the ice at the top of the map. So we've got a Chinese city. Interesting. Xi'an? And Los Angeles. Where's the third one? New Osaka. So I think, which one do we want to make big? Which one do we want to make big? I think just because it's called Los Angeles, right? I wish you could rename the cities. We can, what's it called? Oh, yeah. Jim doesn't butcher the Chinese city name. Isn't XI like she? Xian. I apologize. My Chinese is no good whatsoever. All right, so Los Angeles, we've got some, we're just kind of scouting at this point, and we'll turn on the mineral view here. So this isn't bad. Look, there's a bunch of iron here, a lot of silica for, is that what it's called? Silica? Sulfur for concrete. I think my only question is, sounds like Cheyenne. I mean, I do not shine, Xi'an. I do not shine at pronunciation of anything, let alone my own language that I butcher on any given day. So I'm going to make myself a note so that I remember. There you go, Xi'an. She on. That's a great way. Thanks, Malls. Appreciate that. I guess my only concern about Los Angeles is where is the aluminium, right? I guess it's here. I mean, maybe Xi'an is the better, you know, sort of the same kind of problems, just different stuff that's sitting farther away. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Osaka's closer to the ice, right? Or is it the same? Man, it's a little bit farther away. The mountain ranges are interesting. Yeah, right in the middle part of the... I mean, it's better than having it up top. No, I mean, I think we do this one. Here's, yeah, Los Angeles is the one, right? I mean, here's aluminum up here. The ice is a much closer. So yeah, this is where we start. This little guy requires resources, implies, and wastes. So, man, okay. So start over. You have the basics here that you need to build to. So we need to go to where we want to build the basics, and I think we should find the biggest field of iron we can. Doesn't matter where it is on the planet, because remember, this is a nice big one. These resources are built and then produced globally, so you can produce them anywhere. This is a nice big iron field, last a long time. So select iron ore. Hooray! Build an extractor and place it over iron ore. Hooray! Oh, listen to that grand sound. Build a depot and place it on the ground next to the extractor, and then select iron ore as the depot stock. We'll go through this just for everyone's fun. All right, cool. Build a factory and place it on the ground next to the depot. Factory. Bing. We're gonna build steel bars because that's all we can build. Build a depot and place it on the ground next to the factory. Is the sound in the tutorial mode? Is this the sound in the tutorial mode? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Build the depot. I don't understand the question. Is the sound in the tutorial mode? Build the depot and place it like, hooray, you did it sound. No, that's me saying, hooray, you did it. Oh yeah, that ding. Build the depot and place it on the ground next to the factory, and then select the steel bar. Yeah. So then we got a depot, and we're producing steel bars. Hooray! Build an assembly plant on the ground. Yep. Okay. And then we want to build something. Open the help screen. Okay. We're going to need extractors. Open the help screen. Cool. Build 10 extractors. And remember, on these MK1s we're dealing with now, these initial depots, they have to be connected to shit, which is kind of annoying. And they've only got one drone. Wow. Slow times. How's the music, Malls? Could be a tad louder. I mean, this song's really quiet. All right, so we're building extractors. We need 10 of them. It's perfect. Oh, you're so kind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven. This one won't be able to feed, but we'll pull it out in a minute. Yeah, let's not do that. I guess we'll just do this. We need to build. You know what? Let's get funky here. We need to build a another one of these. The next thing to build, which is. Oh, we have to unlock it first. Oh no, steel bars. And then we want to, these are mechanical parts, so we need to build mechanical parts. Steel bars. This is gonna build, oh, we don't have mechanical parts yet. All right, just don't get ahead of the tutorial, Jim, okay? Build 10 extractors and place them on the ground. All right, this is where we are. This will unlock some cool stuff. One, two, three, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. Come on, you can do it. There needs to be like, you know, in Satisfactory where you can be like, skip the initial zones and just get me going. There needs to be that for this game, right? Like, deliver me to phase 1. Ho ho! Okay, now we can build mechanical parts, factories, and assemblies, and now it's going to tell us we got to do. Oh, I guess we build 5 factories and place them on the ground. All right, so let's pull these guys. Let's do. I guess we could have left what we were doing over here. Let's do this iron ore. Let's put down a couple more of these guys. And then we're building steel bars, and then those become steel bars here, and then we'll need another factory that builds mechanical parts, and then another one of these ass guys that's dropping the mechanical parts, and then an assembler to build factories because we just ran out. All right, it's linear. It makes perfect sense. You got to build these to get these to get these. Remember. And this initial stuff, like, we're going to build it and we're going to leave it, honestly. Like, this will go forever before we have to come back and figure out what's going on. I think in the last couple of games, you know, I had like 500 factories built and ready to be used, which is probably like, I talked a little bit about this in the first stream, there needs to be some caps on this too. You should be able to come in here and tell the factory, hey, once the global factory number reaches 50, stop. And once it falls below that, then turn back on and start producing them again. Right now, it's just producing until it stops or until it runs out of iron, which is another, I mean, I guess you could do some crazy math calculations and be like, okay, with this much iron being produced, it will produce, 60 factories, and then when it runs out, it'll stop. So we'll put a couple extractors down and that'll kind of be it. But I mean, for the lazy gamer, which I'm not a lazy gamer, but I do know some lazy gamers. I think it would be much better if you could set it to stop. If you could set it to stop. All right, so we gotta build, we need more factories, and we actually gotta build assemblers. And they take mechanical parts too. So we're actually gonna switch this out because we need another line that just builds it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave, one line that builds these guys, one line that builds these guys. We'll build another line that builds these dudes, and then we're gonna build one that builds steel. We're out of depots, so we got to build one that has depots. We'll actually probably for now change this one to depots so that it starts producing depots. This initial is sort of like you get these 2 lines building what you need, then you get to the point where you've got the 4 lines building the 4 things so that you can go off and start supplying the city with what it needs for its first unlock. And like I said at the start, like we restarted. This is my 3rd playthrough now. We've restarted to try to. They made 2 big changes, which is pretty much raising the cities up to a new altitude so that they won't flood when you start warming the planet. And I said it last night. I'll say it again. I can just sit and watch this game. I just kind of zoned out, right? Zoned out on drones. see if we can get another line going here. Hey, hey, all right. Concrete, roads, road stops, supply centers, trucks. This is the next. Reach a population of 10 in your biggest city. All right, we need an assembler. So I'm going to switch this one to make assembly plants. And I'll probably leave it because this one will become the factory line. As soon as it builds one, and it's moving so fast. Literally sleepy time here. In the beginning, I beat the game. Yeah, let's all go home. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Win. In the beginning, it's a little slow to start, and if you don't know how to play the game, I think the pacing of this game is actually quite good. But if you're a veteran player like me, it's a little. I mean, I could speed up time, but this is one of the very few games that I rarely speed up the time. I always feel like I'm just on. We talked about this last week. I feel like the pacing of the game and the time of the game is very good. Some people may be like, Jim, this is too slow. All we're doing is getting to the point where we can get into assembler, move to the next thing, da 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 da. But like, I mean, it's enjoyable. All right, so I need one of these, and they're gonna do mechanical parts. Yep. And then we'll put the assembler on the end, and they're going to build factories. So we've got assemblers, factories, pads. So we need to make one that's just building extractors, so we've got that too. And I think we've got enough to do this. Let's do it here. And then we'll put down 3 extractors. And we've got a factory to build steel. And then another pad to pick up the steel. And then we need another, we need one more. So we need one more assembler. So when this assembler is built, and you can see we're out of extractors already. But this will go pretty quick. I mean, the next unlock, I think, is the big change is the depots, right? These initial depots are just a pain in the ass. Extractors. Cool. You can see us build over 2. It's just slow. So we're going to need supply centers, which are made from concrete, and then trucks and roads. Looks like the trucks are going to need mechanical parts. So maybe we can steal them from one of these guys here. But we're gonna need more. So maybe we'd cheat a little bit and try to get it to put down some more ore. And then maybe toss an assembly plant there and tell it to create trucks. Yeah, I forgot how slow going it is here at the beginning. Trucks. All right, that's a little bit faster. We could probably put. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, and then with MK2s you can kind of cheat a little bit. Everything needs to be connected. We do something like that. And get 2 of them running. Yeah. All right. I'm building some trucks. We're gonna have to go and find some concrete and start building the concrete stuff, but we need this to build up a little bit more. I wonder, I was watching some streamers this morning, and they were all kind of starting over too. So I wonder if everyone sort of said, okay, yeah, that's a big enough. The change of altitude for the cities and not getting flooded is a big enough change to like start a fresh map. That'll be interesting to see when we get there if it really fixes some of that flooding around the cities. Yeah. All right, so we got 3 factories, 2 assemblers, 8 pads. The pads are really cranking it out. Oh, look at this. Us, because we got 2 feeding his. I think it might actually be a one-man dev team. I don't think I've heard him reference anyone else, but maybe he's got 2 or 3 people. I feel like somewhere in one of the notes I read, it was he alluded that there might be some more people. This extractor is going to be some problems. We should probably do what we did over here, which is try to add more. All right, I feel like everything else is sort of ticking away. We can see we have 4 trucks, which is a good start. So we need to find some concrete now. Oh, so soon we'll be able to mark these with towers, but for now we just got to remember where the hell it is. It's just gonna be hard. Okay, so it's just south of Osaka. Okay. And for the concrete section, oh, look at this, nice. These ones where they're right next to each other, like this is probably where we should have built what we just built. I didn't think about that, because then we can build mechanical parts and steel parts and kind of do the dual parts of it. But I think we'll build. Yeah, let's build this stuff here. I think it's a smart move. I mean, there's no wrong answer, right? Right. Right. Yeah, let's just do it here. Right. Thanks for the note taking. All right, so we need to produce concrete to produce supply centers and roads. Let's do it so it can surround. See you. The band bot is back. It's concrete. Then we'll need another pad to pick up the concrete. And then put down a factory. Whoops, not a factory. We need an assembler. And we'll start assembling roads first. And then we're going to do the same here. Sulfur. We don't have any extractors yet, so we'll just kind of put the infrastructure in place. Concrete. And then dropping the concrete here, and then another assembler, which is going to build us supply centers. And these are, this is another thing, like we'll let them run. They glow into the global basket, because like these roads we're gonna need a lot more of. Like this needs to really speed up. I feel like every time I'm like, not enough roads. Yeah, this isn't, it's not fast enough. It's my impatience. It's actually, it's a good clip. It's a good clip. It's going at the right speed. Can't decide if I add another line of extractors here to make extractors, probably, right? I wonder if we shouldn't just go like sideways. So we get, so then it kind of uses these drones to feed in. I wonder if it'll, instead of having to go down a line, this makes more sense. Because then this drone can pick it up and should be able to, nah, it doesn't. Yeah, see, it's picking it up. It's picking, this drone is picking it up off this and going in, so we're getting a little bit faster feed in. Yeah. All right, so instead of going away where this one just has one sitting, see, like this one here, we should almost put it here. Yeah, I'm still not. And to be honest, like these level 1, trying to get this level 1 perfect doesn't matter, because as soon as the MK2, as soon as you have those, you replace all of this. But we will do the same thing here, I think. And then we'll put a couple more down as soon as they're made. I mean, these supply centers, we only need one, so almost feel like we built none. I almost feel like we built none, so. Like it needs to, like you build 20 of them and stop. Can someone remind me to come back here and stop this thing? All right, the roads are coming along. How many? 34, that's good. That's a good clip. That's a good speed. I don't think I'm gonna feed this one. We need one to get started, which we don't even have yet. I more want the roads to get rolling. There's one. Good. Look at this. Look at this. We got, I guess let's build another one. I remember on the first one my first playthrough, I don't know what I was thinking, but I ended up building this really long road to like faraway resources for something, and I just sat here forever trying to build like 500 road pieces. All right, so we've got one of those. We're building these guys. Got 11 trucks, so we sort of, I think we're ready. So let's go find New Los Angeles here. Hello. And we need to put down a supply center, which I think we're going to take the concrete from there. So we'll put it right there. And then if we click in, it's going to tell us, hey, to start growing, we need concrete. And the current population is 3, and we need 10. So we're going to need some roads. I think if you just eyeball it, what do we think the closest concrete is? Right around this corner here. Maybe we can cut through. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, can we cut through here? Cool. Cool. All right, so we're gonna build a little concrete construction here. Look at this. I think this is us. So we'll build concrete, and then it'll dump the concrete here, and we'll pick it up with some trucks. And maybe we'll do 2 of these guys. And then we'll build all of them we have. And then they reworked if you've played the game before, was that a long mountain road from the last playthrough? Oh, I did that too. No, I did an even longer road on my first game, and it wasn't even like I needed to. Like, I think there was closer stuff. I picked resources. I don't know what I was thinking, but that was a really long. Hopefully we won't have to have such a long mountain road. So they changed the way that in the last little update that we read earlier, they changed the way that trucks work, so you don't have to put down a depot and then do the thing. You just run the road you want. And then once the road's connected, then you connect the truck to it. So that's pretty cool. Do we have enough? We do, hooray. So you take it, so you get the truck, you say, I'm gonna start it here, and it's gonna drop off right there. And then it asks what? We're gonna say concrete, and then it should have spawned a truck, which it picked up the concrete. And then we can add more trucks, just like before. And this will go pretty quickly. The movement is so satisfying. Yeah, like the picking up and the truck moving, it is. It's very satisfying. I mean, there's not a lot of sound from the game. I mean, I can try to pump it up a little bit. I don't think there's much going on. Let's see if I pump it up a little bit, if it makes a difference. Oh, and remember that when you're dropping shit off, I do this all the time. I'm like, oh, it'll just take it. Well, like, there's nothing. Like, you almost wish that you could. Like, this would have they'd have their own drones that they can pick it up and put it in, but it makes sense that you want to put down a depot. They can pick up the concrete and then put it into the feeder. So annual supply demand is 10, and we're producing 60. And I'm looking at these numbers here. So annual production is 30 times 2, 60. Hey man, welcome in. And then if we click on the road, it'll tell us that we're transporting 10. And if we add another truck, that number should go up by 3. Maybe I'll try to do some more math this time. I highly doubt it. Yeah, quick maths. The game needs the Consatisfactory, the in-game calculator where you can type it all in and it calculates stuff. I mean, right now it's easy math, but like yesterday on my playthrough, you know, when I had like 17 different machines producing shit and I needed to do the math. Yeah, I had to pull the calculator out. And then, right, if the city's green here on the map, top right corner, that means it's growing. If it's white, it means it's stagnant. And if it's red, it means it's losing people. And the losing people thing, like I've said before, it's not the end of the world. All it's going to do is lose people down to the next tier. I mean, I guess if you were close, you know, if you're between 10 and 20,000 and it lost 10,000 people, But the likelihood of that happening is low. Usually when you lose the people, it's because you're not supplying it fast enough, and so you're just getting a little bit of loss. I never feel like the urgency of like, oh shit, it's red, I better get over there and figure it out. I'm always like, it'll balance itself out in a minute. Well, this is the slow build. Oh, they've built themselves satellite dish. Yeah, it would be cool if you could plug in what mineral and production rates and then lists you all the buildings and the numbers you need. Yeah. Can it do the math for me, please? I mean, I think, it's early access. It's a very small development team. It'll be interesting to see. He seems pretty attentive, attentive. So we'll see how it grows. Okay, let's back off from the really loud noise. Yes, the Excel spreadsheet. I told this story last week, but I don't know. There was some news out that EVE Online has it now where you can link your Excel spreadsheet directly into the game, which I think is crazy. I think the only other game I've ever done an Excel spreadsheet on was Satisfactory. We had an entire spreadsheet of everything that was being produced, where it was being produced, and you could continually update the spreadsheet throughout. That was the last time I did it, but this game was another one where you could definitely, especially late game, have a spreadsheet. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Damn, at this point, is the game office, an office corporate job? Right. Like, I think in your normal life, yeah, how many some people that have, the office job, like you've got to put together spreadsheets. Like I spent a lot of time in spreadsheets in my last job. And like the last thing I want to do is come home, sit down with a fucking Excel spreadsheet and play a game. No thanks. But some people, like, that's really enjoyable to them. They're like, I've known, I had a couple of accountants that I worked with over the years, and like, that's it for them. Like, they couldn't be more excited than to be like working in an Excel spreadsheet, which I think is a sickness. Hooray, level 4. All right, we reached population of 100 in your biggest city. So the next unlock is 100 people in the city, and we've got 10, so it should be pretty quick. This unlocked aluminum bars, carbon, oxygen, the ever important landmark tower, and atmospheric extractors. So now the city's saying, great, I still need concrete, and then the annual demand's still 10, so the truck route we have going is fine. And now I need oxygen. And it's added this cool atmospheric extractor to the new list of things that we need. To build those, we're going to need mechanical parts and aluminum bars. And it added towers, which need concrete. So what we should do immediately is go to our area where we're building all of our cool shit and start building landmark towers so that we can mark stuff so that we can find it later. I made a short video about this, some tips and tricks, and in my last thing, I didn't even take my own aluminum or aluminium. I think it depends. We had this conversation last night. I think if you're an American, and we didn't look at it, but are Americans the only English speakers who say aluminum? And how the hell did that happen? Because it seems like the rest of the English speakers say aluminium, which is right. Or is there a right? Anyway, I didn't use landmark towers enough last night because I was twirling around the map trying to find shit and I couldn't find anything. It's a trick question. I spelled it the same way both times. Yeah. So we need concrete to build these. And maybe we just come in here and drop a one here and we tell it to build landmark towers. It can take off these. Yeah. And once we get one, we'll mark this area. Tower, road, what is this? Supply depot or something? Supply center. SC. And now when we zoom out on the map, we can see, oh, that's where this is. So then let's go and mark our other area here, which is sort of the starter. This is starter stuff. We'll know what that means later, right? Starter stuff. Looks like we can do this and this. And maybe we add another one of these just for fun. Yeah, sort of like reading your own handwriting, right? Like, yeah, try to make it so that you, yeah, last week I was making notes on, I was making a grocery list while I was shopping online, and I was writing down stuff that I was trying to remember I needed to buy, and like literally 5 minutes later, I'm like, wait, what the fuck is this word? In this playthrough, I'm going to do a much better job of marking the things that we're building so that we know where to find this shit. Right? Oh, look at this one. This one has these two guys together too. We're on the mineral view map, so we can see the minerals kind of spike out. So this is what the normal view looks like. So we need to build atmospheric extractors, which means we need aluminum and mechanical parts. So technically we should try to find something where we have iron and aluminum next to each other, like right here. Is there one that's closer than that? I don't know, it looks pretty good. That distance is sort of, it would be great if there's one's like right next to each other. And remember, like for this kind of stuff, like it's universal, it's global, so it doesn't matter where the hell it is. It'll just feed into the global stockpile. It's not like you have to go back and grab these. Oh, look at this. We've already got, we're already kind of building here, so maybe this is our area. Yeah, it's a good song. It's a good song. Hold on, I think I'm getting a bunch of text messages. Let's just read these really quick. So we need to build mechanical parts, which we build from, if you ever want to know what the hell things are, you can just drop a factory down. So mechanical parts are steel bars. So this is going to take mechanical parts and aluminum. So we're going to have to kind of truck these to each other. So what I think we'll do is we'll do this here, and this will pick up aluminum, drop these guys, and then a factory to build aluminum bars, and then an output, which will collect the aluminum bars. And I think we'll truck these north here. And we'll come in. Cool. And then we'll come in here and we'll produce some steel bars and then mechanical parts. So this guy will do steel bars, and then he'll take those steel bars, collect them here, and then we'll go one more. We'll create mechanical parts out of those, and then one more where the mechanical parts will sit. Yeah? Cool? Easy. And you know what? We'll get rid of this one here and then go. Is there a wiki with all the building and the product rates? I could give it a go and make a little tool app thing. He said he had started a wiki. There's now a wiki. Let's see. Doo-doo. In the patch notes. But who knows like how far along it is or whether it's up to date. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. How are we saying your name? Is it Lico? Lico 13? I like 13. 13's my favorite number. The whale song. It worked. I don't know why the alert didn't work the other day. Do. All right, so we got steel. We got mechanical parts here. Lico. All right, Lico. I like it. I am like everybody else in the world. Now, there are some good people. I've met people who are like excellent with names. Molly's pretty good at names. She can always usually get them on the first try, but I'm like most people, I think, who can't pronounce a name to save my life. Have a hard time pronouncing my own name. Go. Yes, Gold Star Malls, Gold Star. All right, so we got to truck this stuff. We got to truck, how many? 338 rows, holy shit, sweet. So, what is this, an assembling plant that's gonna build these? We'll put this assembler here. And we're building something, atmospheric extractors. And then we'll road in the rest of what we need here, which is it's just a quick road trip, holy shit. And then we'll take the truck and we'll tell it to drop it here. And we're moving aluminum bars. And then remember to put down, let's put it here so it can pick up the aluminum. So this is a good base. And then these trucks, we'll need more. So annual transport capacity 11, 14. How many do we need up here? 12. Let's throw 10 trucks in there and call it a day. We don't need, in the beginning, we're not gonna need a lot of these, but these produce carbon also. And I know that they just updated the way you make food, and one of the ways to make food now is carbon. So these come in, like, I feel like these are key because they produce oxygen also, but they're easy to, you can just put them in clusters, right? Like right next to the city to produce what you need. All right, so so do we come in here and say, we'll use some landmark towers to tell us this is what we're building. We're building a couple of things here. So we're building mechanical parts, MP mechanical parts, and Atmo extracts. And then here, We're building aluminum bars, right? See, I'm doing a great job. So tidy. All right, we got 2 of them. So let's go back to the city. Sorry for my wild nonsense. And in my playthroughs, like, what I've realized is that, like, you should... The tutorial complete? Yeah, it's done. You're going to create various structures. You can follow the level objectives. Click on the progress bar on the top of the screen to continue your journey. I missed it. Yeah, so now everything moves up here. This is sort of what's pushing you along. So we will, as we continue to move forward, we will continue to just build other supply centers so that each thing is just going into its own supply center. I just feel like it's much easier to control and to update when each of the sorry, I got distracted by the sound, the loud truck noise. I think each one of these things has its own supply center, and as the city grows, yeah, I just turned it down a little bit. It's just that one thing made it really loud. Play malls. So as for the extractors, like, we can put these as close as we want, but do we want to move them again is the question. So maybe we put them here. How many do we have? 4. We got 6. Oh, and I forgot we have to have, these things have to touch. So this is oxygen we're picking up. And the great thing is that they're producing carbon and oxygen, but as it says here, continue to produce even if one of the outputs is not full. So as long as we're picking up oxygen, it'll continue to produce them. I think I'm just going to run the truck right in there. So this is a nice short. And then remember, we need a pad here to put it in, and that's oxygen. And then the truck, just need a truck here. We're dropping here, oxygen, and we'll throw 3 of them on there. And we throw 5 of them on there. And then if we look at this, you can click on any one of the pieces of the city and it'll tell you what's going on. The current population, what's the status. Now we're beginning to supply oxygen, so it should start growing again. And we can see, yeah, they redid the, like they redid the whole thing so that you don't have to put the stops in and go here and there. You just build the road, pick the vehicle. It's the same with trains now too. Build the train line, pick the train, and then just drag it in. It's a lot better, a lot better. And the interface for the truck stop still looks the same. Just the initial put down is more streamlined. Like, little things like that make me believe, okay, you know, maybe the game developer, maybe it has legs, right? Maybe we'll see even, you know, he seems to know. I mean, he's built a beautiful game. I was saying it last night, it's $10 and I have 40 plus hours in it. Like, $10 for a game is ridiculous, especially when games like Kerbal Space are going for 50. But yeah, it's great. All right, we'll be to 100 in no time. I think what I'm missing too is that I was building out 2 cities at once the last time. Do we just, while we're waiting for this to sort of grow, we're gonna have to have a second city growth anyway, because I think one of the next unlocks is another city. I mean, Osaka, do we just do this because there's concrete right here and that's what it's gonna need? Concrete. And then we say, here. Concrete. Concrete. And then we throw a little road in. Here. Yeah, so you just pick where you're starting, where it ends, and what you're delivering. Much, much better. Much better. And so up here at the top, we have the global, how many people we have globally. And then this one's tracking just the one city that's the biggest. Then you got some cool charts. And I imagine like this is another part of the game where I think like maybe we would get more charts and graphs that are tracking what's going on. There's not a lot of data right now, right? And then this is the season, which doesn't seem to like, it affects temperature, I guess, but like really doesn't matter. I mean, it's negative 58 Celsius outside, so it's fucking freezing. All right, so the annual demand's 11, and we can cart 33, and we can produce 30. So this will grow also. I mean, I guess we can come down here to Xi'an and might as well throw one of these in here just to get this going. Is that the closest? This one's bigger. This one looks a little farther away. 480 roads. Cool. And then we're going to do this, and that's the drop off. All right. Oh, look at these, all this green up here. All the cities are growing. Do something cheeky like O2. And this early game is really just very satisfying. It's very easy to like meet all the needs. People are starting to speed run this game. Saw a guy got 1 million population in 45 years, but he pauses and min-maxes his placement a lot. I saw that guy who had the million. I didn't watch the video, but I saw that guy had 1 million. I mean, I do a lot of pausing, but the speed run thing, like I know that people really enjoy that. And we've seen a lot. We know some people that speedrun stuff. Like one of the streamers that I watched, he's like, he had to stop speedrunning because it was like destroying his life. His like mental health was like in complete shambles. But that's not enjoyable to me, right? Like, I know that it makes good content. Molly was talking about No Man's Sky speed running the expeditions. There's a bunch of people doing that now for content, and I think that like if that's your shtick, like I think it's great, right? But definitely not for me. I feel like you can learn a lot, especially on this game, from a speedrunner, because like they're really just they're dialing every single thing in. Yeah, but it's like the game, in the game timer speedrun, not the ADH real time speedrun. Yeah. I just feel like there's a lot of stress in that too. You set these goals on yourself. Like I talk a lot, and it's just because you're always trying to stay on top of getting on top. Yeah. I mean, one of the reasons I like these kind of games is because they're so laid back, right? You can play them and it's not high stress, and it's not like, it's not like a shooter where there's so much happening and you need to stay on top of it, otherwise you're out, or, running dungeons in an MMO where like people are relying upon you to like heal or tank or destroy, and like you can't look away, you can't pause, like you're trapped to your seat. So, and I enjoy all those games and I play them a lot. I just feel like these kind of games are definitely like my laid back, mellow, chill games. I also think like, especially it's a game to relax. True. I think for me, like, especially just starting streaming, this is a good game for a streamer too, because you can stop and read chat and you don't need to worry about like it being perfect. So, I mean, I don't need to worry about it being perfect. Well, we bumped up to 77. Oh, yeah, this is my 5th stream. Well, I mean, are we counting my streams in 2019? What happened here? Oh, it got big enough that it needed more. Yeah, look at that. All right, we'll build the second city too while we're waiting. I hate that stress too, and that's why I watch streams in backseat and don't play games anymore. Oh, man. Oh, I got 21 of these things now. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Hey, level 5. Reach a total population of 350, and we unlocked polymer bars, reinforced concrete, the bane of my existence, reinforced concrete, high-tech parts, and awesome depot MK2s, which we will be building post haste. Let me guess. Reinforced concrete. So this is one part of the game where you're like, okay, so we need to immediately stop taking concrete here. And now the concrete that's on the pad is pointless. Unless I guess you could ship this concrete back down here to save resources, because you're going to need to build. We didn't think about this. To build reinforced concrete, we need steel. And so the nearest steel to Los Angeles is on the other side. Yeah. I mean, we've got a little unreachable concrete here. The engine has some problems. I mean, this is the perfect place to build reinforced concrete because it's right next to each other. But I mean, I guess it looks like, just looking at what's happening here, this is the closest steel production So we're gonna have to truck fucking steel in from, well, I don't know. Maybe we truck steel from this side. Yay. That's problematic. This is gonna be tough. It's gonna really slow it down. Really slow it down. I'm gonna take a quick AFK and use the toilet and grab some more water. So get up, stretch it out, get a beverage. See you in a couple minutes. Okay, I'm back. Hello. Yeah, definitely would be cool if they kept adding new features. Multi-planetary would be cool, like the Dyson Sphere game. Yeah, I think that's Dyson's. I remember the first time I had to like leave the planet and go and find something else, and I thought, oh my god, this is gonna suck. But yeah, I think it's done so well in that game, and I think it could definitely be done well here too, right? Like you need to build spaceports to supply something. Thank you. And yeah, I mean, you see it in the initial cutscene on the way in. You're flying to this planet, but there's other planets out there, so maybe that's what they're thinking. All right, so we were trying to figure out. We're gonna have to build. Do they have a roadmap? Yeah, there's a roadmap. It's on their. I saw it somewhere. I think it's linked on the Steam page. Yeah, there's a Trello board. So this steel here. Maybe we start by taking this steel here up to this concrete and making it here and shipping it in. Use this up quickly. And then go to this next one. Yay. Okay, first things first though, we need to start making these. Aluminum and polymer to make Depot MK2s. So if we pull out, we're pulling aluminum somewhere here. And then to make polymer, we need, I think we need carbon. Carbon, yeah. So, plenty of aluminum bars there. And we can make carbon by putting these guys down. I'm trying to decide where the best place to put this. Carbon. And we'll do polymer bars. Just love when industrialization is actually good for the environment. Yeah, right. Yeah, this game is the complete opposite of what you're doing, right? Like, it's like, yes, we need you to do as much global warming gas into the atmosphere as possible so we can warm this thing up, please. That's what I was talking about, like future recycling. So like when you've got a bunch of stuff like, you've got a bunch of extra stuff like this, there should be some kind of like burning sink or something that you can cart it off to that creates, just greenhouse gas, like just a huge fire. Made a tea. It's hot. Very, very hot. And cold, as usual. Yeah. Oh, Elon. Okay, so we need these and these to build MK2s, which means we need an assembler. So let's put the assembler here close. We're building these so we can pull directly from both. And then we'll just road these guys here. And then a little truck to move some polymer bars. And then we can update this to say this and MK2. Oh, we need something. We need a little pad to unload those guys, don't we? And this pretty much renders MK1s obsolete. Like I've watched some people play and some of them use the MK1s, but like I don't see why. More text messages. We need to let these build up because we're not going to want to. We're just not going to want to use the MK1s at all. And on the next stuff we're putting together, we definitely want to. I almost feel like I should have put this a little bit different so that it could put another one down. Well, I mean, technically we could change this to change both of these to MK2s. And the great thing about upgrading is that you can just pick it and click it right on top of it. It keeps the stack and upgrades them. So that's another cool thing. And then we could say, I think right there it'll actually be able to pull both of them. Yeah, all right, look at that. Cool, very cool. Very cool. Imagine going to Mars and your job is to drive back and forth a 500-meter road. Yeah. I got a great new assignment, a great new job. It pays really well. It's a little boring. Little tedious. I feel like we need more carbon. It's a little, maybe we just do 2 more. Maybe we come in here and do That's a little better. Good. All right. Oh, we got a whopping 7 of them. What were we doing? We were trying to do this. So we're going to start this process. So we can put 1 here. And we're going to pick up iron. And now it can go 2 away from the pad and still pick it up. So we can add a lot more around the initial ones. And we're going to build steel. Reinforced concrete needs steel bars and concrete. So how do we want to do this? Steel bar. So we're producing 120. And then let's do... And then we're going to truck these fucking steel bars all the way the hell up here to make concrete. Let's get this process started too. And sulfur. Plenty of extractors. You don't need to click each time. You can just hold this down and it puts them down. Agreed. Yeah, Liku, that's what I learned in the second playthrough, is that putting the supplies, you're right, we should truck both the concrete and the steel directly outside the city so that it builds and takes it right there. Putting those as close to the city as possible and delivering them as quick as possible is key to the city growing at a really good rate. Molly, I established the DNA sequence for the life-sustaining low-oxygen space sprouts today. It's a new challenge every day, but I am proud to be part of this momentous mission. Space truck driver, driving concrete across the surface of Mars, probably. I mean, that's what they're writing home about. All right, so if we're going to do this, I mean, I guess let's do this. I guess we should start building concrete here instead of just walking away from it. So we'll truck concrete at 792 roads. This isn't as far as we thought it was, right? Here, and then, oh my God. Here. Oh my God, this truck is so ridiculous. It's gonna take forever. And then we need some factories to produce this nonsense, but let's try to think about this a little. Let's try to think about it a little bit. Steel bars drop off here, and we want to put some reinforced concrete. I'm just thinking at this point. And then the takeaway is here. Or do we do this as well? And then another row. And then this is the one we need to get started. It's gonna take for fucking ever. Trains can't come fast enough. Actually, trains are like right around the corner, and then we'll have built all this only to replace it with the big train. Steel bars. Can add trucks from either side. And then we're going to take this. Actually feels like the trucks have slowed down a little bit on the construction side. I wonder if they've run out down there. Concrete. And we'll put 10 trucks in. I'd rather be an iron trucker than a sulfur. Doesn't that smell? It does smell. Yeah, that would be awful. Like you'd have to be wearing some kind of suit. Yeah, it does. It smells like farts. I mean, you'd have to be wearing some kind of suit. Either that or just like, I worked in kitchens when I was younger, and the kitchen smelled, especially on the dishwasher side, like it always smelled like rot over there. And after the first couple of months, like I couldn't smell it anymore. Your body just gets used to it, right? Oh, there's a town in there's towns everywhere, but in northern Colorado, there's a town where it's located next to a bunch of feed yards and slaughter yards. And so the whole town smells like cow shit. And on certain days, it smells even worse because they burn the pig's blood, and the whole town smells even worse when the wind's blowing the right way. But if you go there and visit, you get there and you're like, this is the worst smelling place on the planet. But people who live there, they can't smell it because they're just used to it. Like your body just figures it out. Your nose is just like, yeah, this is an awful smell, but I'll get used to it. And I always think when I visited, I had a friend who went to college there, and I would think, how do you ever get used to this smell? It's fucking awful. They're like, what smell? And when we pull out, we can see what trucks are moving and how long this is going to take. Where are we building trucks? Starter stuff. Are we building trucks with the starter stuff? I don't remember. We are, right there. Let's mark this. So now we can come in here and put some MK2 pads and maybe speed this process up a little bit. Oops, these need to be steel, right? Woohoo, that would have been good. What are these building? Factories? All right, yeah. All right, let's rethink this as well. See, we've already got some ones that have stopped producing. Yikes. Already burned through all the MK2 pads. Not surprising. That should get that I guess the question is, do we need any more MK1 pads? We have 90. I don't think so. So we can pull this one out. Yeah, because we're not only do we have 90 MK1 pads, but we're about to pull out all the MK1 pads we've ever made and replace them. So we'll have even more if we need them. Once in a while, like you'll get someplace. I had it happen in the first one where like I'd run out of MK2s, they weren't going fast enough. I wanted to get something started, so I used the MK1s just as a fresh air, cow shit smell. Yeah, right? My question, and I never asked it, is that when those people who live in the cow shit town go to a regular town, do they get there and they're like, what's that smell? What's that fresh smell in the air? It's weird. It's freaking me out. Yeah. I mean, I think the next unlock, once we reach 350, is actually, I think it's trains. So this truck thing will be moot. I guess we should see what's going on in the cities here. Oh, the city can't grow because it needs reinforced concrete. That's what we're working on. Okay, how are we doing? Interesting. The hairs in their nostrils that capture scent are probably burned off. Yeah, right? Or they're just like, they're changed at the molecular level to like not function anymore, just to save themselves. So we've had our first batch of drop-offs, and it really went well. And did these guys... Oh, yeah. This is not a perfect build, by the way. But let's just build the infrastructure we need, so if it ever does actually start producing reinforced. I mean, I guess we could let that just sit down there. Yeah. I guess we could have bought the concrete up from down. We could still bring this concrete up from down here. We will at some point. I guess just to be funny, let's take the concrete that's sitting on this pad and just deliver it here. And we're gonna take this out and this road, because when we connect this the next time, it'll be by train. Hey, reinforced concrete. I'm sure there's people doing like crazy runs where like no train runs. Like, I'll deliver everything by truck. I won't use any trains. Or you could do, I guess you could do ones too where like you delivered everything by pad, right? So you could do no trains or trucks and just do the supply pads that bring everything. So it's just this, it's 1,000 drones flying shit all over the planet. That city is loud when you get close to it. Depot only run is insane. Yeah, think about how many you'd have to have built up and how that would work. I don't think it's efficient either. Like on the last build, so I was just using depots to run stuff short distances, and I don't know, it just didn't. The depots act in such a weird way sometimes. The drones don't do exactly what you want them to do. Like they end up just moving the shit around on the other pads instead of like delivering the product to where it needs to go. So it needs 16 and we can transport 75. And we're producing jack all because of the steel distance. You know someone will. there'll be somebody that will, as this game continues to go along, will cover the whole planet in supply depots. All right, Los Angeles is growing. And the great reinforced concrete supply begins. I swear, this time around, we're not going to fight this. We're going to build it to the math. It's going to produce enough. It's going to have more than enough to produce every time. We're going to build it to scale, which is still one of my problems. I mean, Osaka is going to need the same thing, right? I mean, we take this steel from down here, I guess. We talked about power last night, and I really think that like power is not a big thing right now, and maybe it never will be, but I still think there's a chance that having to do something with powering these things at some point. Where is it? Whoops, I should have let that work its way out instead of deleting it. Oh well, too late now. All right, so we're supplying concrete here. And then the steel will come up from here. And then I'm not too worried about this. This isn't be my focal city. We're just going to try to bring it up to speed a little bit. And so we'll need to, I mean, I guess we get this as close as we can. Just do it like this. And then we'll drop the steel bars here. And then we'll pick up the reinforced here. That doesn't, let's do this. Doo-doo. All right. That's not very far, right? It's perfect. How many trucks do we have? 19. All right, well, we fixed the supply problem on the other end, right? Steel, please. Just drop all of them. Drop all of them. If they want to add difficulty, it's worth considering having a transport material to build location, because right now you can just click anywhere to build like God mode. Yeah, yeah. I like the ease of building and destroying. Hey, level 6. All right. So now we need to increase the temperature by 1 degree, which means we're going to start fucking up the atmosphere with some greenhouse gas generators. Okay. Some truck noises there. We're going to change this to say goodbye to all of that concrete that's on there. Throw a little cheeky road right here, I guess. And then truck to truck. Whoops, so we need another. Oh, I guess we can do this, yeah, and this. Reinforced. It's gonna drive through that. Okay, so this will slowly begin to feed this city. We're not so much... there's an unlock where it's like the second biggest city has to be to a certain extent. So we need to pay a little bit of attention to New Osaka. But like our goal, we're still just... The main city is that we're just going to focus on this time. In this gameplay, we're just going to try to get the one city up to 100,000. And the other two cities, who cares what happens to them? Let's see. Greenhouse gas generators. Produce and release greenhouse gases such as, yeah, I think that is after the biggest city 1K, they will demand second biggest city 2. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, all right. Yeah, if I remember right. Mechanical parts and high-tech parts to build greenhouse gas generators. Okay, so let's go down here to where we're building stuff. High-tech parts need polymer, if I remember right. Polymer and steel to make high-tech parts. Let's just double-check my math on that. Polymer and aluminum. All right, so we're already got polymer and aluminum down here. So this is where we're going to build the high-tech parts for these things. Or, yeah, high-tech part. And the mechanical parts are just out of steel, and we've got steel up here. Good. So I guess we'll ship the mechanical parts down south. So we'll do this. And then mechanical parts. Wait, is that... Oh, wait, that's aluminum being shipped up north. What the heck's going on here? Oh, these are making steel bars. Let's do this first. Let's upgrade. Let's get serious. And then let's replace these guys. So we're gonna need, let's double down on both of these. It generates 30, so that should be good. And then this is where the mechanical parts will drop. And we need mechanical parts for this. So we should almost... do this. Wow. What are these guys picking up? Aluminum bars. Well, wait, why aren't they picking up these aluminum bars right here? What am I missing? I'm gonna head out. Gotta drive the iron trucks to Mars. All right, man. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for the follow. See you again soon. I'm back tomorrow in the evening. I usually stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 6 Central European time, till in the evening, 10. Oh, they're feeding aluminum bars. That's why there's piled up. Okay, that makes more sense. Because these guys are making Atmo extractors. 12 p.m. EST. Thanks, Malls. All right, so mechanical parts, and we decided we'll take the mechanical parts down here because we need high-tech parts, which will need to be built here. So we'll take a little road and we'll go out and then in. That doesn't look drunk at all. And then let's think about this down here. To make these high-tech parts, we're gonna need aluminum and polymer, both of which we have right here. So we try to do something like, that's 2. Try to put this someplace where we don't have to truck this stuff, but I don't think, I mean, I guess we could do this and then do this, and this, and then throw one of these guys in here to pick them up. Now we got high-tech parts. We're gonna use the existing road, which seems smart. Then we need to do this guy, which is, I don't know. Oh no, we're building an assembler, right? Because we're assembling greenhouse gas generators. And we don't need a lot of these to start, so I think we just need one. So let's just drive the truck right up to it. Let's build another platform here, I guess. This is where mechanical parts are, and then we need to, whoops, zoom out like mad. Grab a couple trucks and here, and we're taking mechanical parts, and then let's throw, I don't know, 10 trucks on there. And we only need to raise it 1 degree, so it should be pretty simple. And we'll do that in a second. How are we doing? The city stopped growing again, which means we're not making enough reinforced concrete. What's that? Bane of our existence? Yeah, definitely. But this looks good. All right, so mechanical parts is MP. Maybe we should mech parts. All right, and then we're making aluminum bars, MK2, and then let's add another tower, some more specifics here. High-tech parts. High-tech parts, and what are these things called? Greenhouse gas generators. Greenhouse. So you can make it really long. Hey, we made one. All right, cool. Good. All right, so to get the greenhouse generators going, we need something like, we need fluorite and sulfur, and we want to get them close together. So this seems like a really great way. I mean, already just looking at it, to have this much stuff right next to each other, you kind of put them in the middle and we'll truck what we need in, because this is an ongoing process. So let's, I mean, I guess we'll just, we'll throw some pads down here. We're picking up fluorite. It's a small one, small little Fluorite, I just like, you're going to run out of it. I haven't played a game far enough through to run out, but I mean, it's inevitable given the small amount of it on the planet. Whoops, no. Let's do this. Sulfur. Going big. I'm gonna run out of extractors. And then I guess we'll just throw a couple here in the middle to get started. And then this one's going to be fluorite. So we'll go something like fluorite, and then we'll come in and put sulfur. We'll kind of build them down the middle, I think. And we'll throw in a couple of fun trucks here. Oh, it's a short distance, right? Fluorite, 4 trucks, and then pick the truck again, and then sulfur. Building these fast. And you can see right now the only way we can produce greenhouse gas is by taking these two elements together. And to be honest, like I've played this game 40 hours plus now, and I still can't figure out what the best way of I'm still not to the point where I'm like, when I build these, what's the best way of doing this? Like, especially like delivering 2 elements and then delivering 3 elements and 4 elements. Like, what's the best way of making sure that the pads are where they need to be? And like, I have a better feel for it. There's no doubt, just because I played the game, but I still don't have a confidence that I'm doing it the best possible way, which I don't know, like, you think after this many hours I'd be able to figure it out. I didn't say I was a good gamer. All right, and now we can see that wonderful greenhouse gas is being produced, and we should see an immediate spike in the temperature as it gets rolling. Hey, Lack, good morning. Hey. We started over from yesterday because they made a patch note. They raised the cities and the initial water altitude so that the city shouldn't flood anymore or as quickly. And the only way to get that change was to generate a fresh world. So we're learning from the mistakes of last time and gonna do it right this time. How am I? I'm good. I'm real good, actually. I had a good day yesterday. Today I'm going to the big city here in Denmark to watch some football with a friend of mine. So it'll be fun. Yeah, it should be good. It's gonna be freezing. I haven't even looked at the weather. Let's see. Right now, it's 8. Tonight, oh, not that bad. At kickoff, it'll be 3. Yeah, soccer. Soccer. Oh, so we can see the pressure going up, which means particulates in the air will create warmth. And you can see right here the average temperature is beginning to pop up. So we should see this. We can already see that it'll be quick. And these are sort of build them and forget them, to be honest. Like I'll build I'll build this one, and then I think we go to another unlock, and then there's another unlock where it's like it needs to come up 10 degrees or something like that. So then by the time that happens, we'll have built a ton of these, and we'll come in and we'll probably make, because of the way this one's sitting between these two, we'll come in here and we'll probably add another 20 or 30 of these when it's all said and done. But this should be enough to get it going. Danish is hard. Oh yeah, Football. So you can see we're building all the essentials. Oh, excellent. Let's continue our. So these are green house generators. Generators. Is that what they're called? What are they called? Yeah, generator. Cool. I've done a good job of marking everything and making sure that I know how to find stuff. Coming right along. Look at that temperature rising. It's still not delivering enough. Generate tour. Oh, look at this guy. Buddy, what's up? How are you? How's your Wednesday? What's the weather like in Sweden? Well, well, well. Hey, all right. Level 7, reach population 1,000 in your biggest city. We unlocked rails, so we're done with the trucks, which is fantastic. Good, good. About to go to the gym after I fill my belly with something. It's sunny here today. Gonna take a walk. That sounds nice. There's some sun here today too, which is surprising. Last couple days it's been kind of sunny. Everybody, we started over because they patched the game yesterday and they raised the altitude of the starting city and where water starts, or lowered the water start altitude, so we shouldn't flood the cities. So then the only way you could do it was to generate a new world. So we generated a new world and started over to see if the water is dealt with differently, which it should be, says the patch notes. Yeah, it only sounds like he changed how it's generated, not how it actually works or flows. Mollyberry, what did the rogue girl do to you? All right, now we can build trains. So the cool thing now is I have a dumb question. You guys use weird words in chat. I'm assuming they translate to images in the browser. Yeah, it's BTTV emotes. It's an extension. There's a couple of them. BTTV, 7TV. BTTV is the biggest one. Mal will give us a link. It's just a little extension that runs in, and I think Twitch has some fine emotes, but the BTTV emotes they're amazing. There's thousands of them, and as a creator, you get 50 for free. You can go in and you can pick the 50 you want on your channel. Everybody uses them, and then you can pay. It's a really small amount of money as you grow, as you grow, you can pay a little bit of money to them, and they'll host. And then you can open 200-300 emotes. I think you get more. And I just went through and I picked some of the ones that 7TV's growing within the Swedish community is cool. I went in and picked ones that I liked from I've seen in Mollyberry's stream and then other streamers, and then I went through and picked a bunch of ones that I thought were great. I was looking for Star Trek ones. We were talking about this yesterday, and I couldn't. I could only find a couple. I was disappointed. Okay, so like I was saying, we need to build trains and rails. So the trains we just built in an area that had both what we need, right? High-tech parts and mechanical parts. And that was here, which we're not, we need to put a train in here. Let's dump as many more trucks in here. Oh, I didn't know that. 7TV tends to be a little less careful about what they allow. I find they tend to have more explicit and TOS dodging emotes than BTTV. You definitely don't want that as a streamer. Just don't need some giant penis bobbing up and down on the screen, although that could be fun. Yup. All right, so the train needs mechanical parts, which we're having delivered here at an incredibly slow rate, and high-tech parts. So, yeah, it's fun for people, but not safe for the stream, right, Moles? So as soon as we get trains, we can speed this process up both directions in this area, but for now, we're just kind of stuck on this bullshit slow town. So the good news is we just need to throw an assembler right here and call it trains. And now it'll start shitting out trains. And thankfully we don't need as many trains in the beginning as we do trucks because the trains carry a lot more and a lot faster. And then the rail needs concrete and steel bars. And there's somewhere on this planet, oh, right here, where we've got... Maybe that explains why it's growing in the Swedish community then. We do be, yeah, Swedes, yeah, a little nasty, a little nasty. So they need concrete and steel, and look at this. We've got concrete and steel right next to each other, so I think we're gonna build train tracks right here. And we're not gonna, like, we have 1,000 roads, so actually we'll probably stop building roads altogether. And supply centers, we have 24 of them. I guess we'll keep this going. So we'll come in here and update this to the new way of doing things. Sulfur, sulfur. Oh yeah, these are, Ribby, you came in late. These are the first gen pads. We don't use them once we get the second gen ones. The first ones have to be connected to the buildings. So it's cool looking, but it's a total pain in the ass. So you'll see, I saw a stream the other day who was just using MK1 pads, and I don't know if, like, he seemed he had trains, so I don't know if they was using, but I can't see that there's any plus to using them at all. They only have one drone, and you have to be right next to them, and they all need to be connected. And it's quick, right? I mean, they get phased out at like level 3 or 4, so pretty quickly you make the move. And so but we're still in the early part of the game, so there's gonna be lots of them out there that I'll have to go through and replace. So I think what we'll do is we'll take a copy of this and we'll put it here so it keeps producing towers also, and then we'll just delete all of this because we're not going to need any more roads. And then we'll come in and clean this up a little bit. So we need steel and we need concrete. Oops, not reinforced concrete. Concrete. And then Some steel. Thanks, Lack. And then steel. No, this might actually work out. I might have actually accidentally made this work out. What the fuck? Do you believe it? I don't believe it. Holy shit, look at this. I actually don't think we need 3 of them. I think 2 of them will produce enough rail over amount of time. All right, 4 trains and some tracks are being built. Nice. We stopped producing roads, and I don't think we'll need any more trucks. So when we find where the trucks are being produced, we'll stop producing those as well. There are occasions where we will do short hauls. I've done short hauls where I still use roads, and 1,000 pieces of road, we're gonna pull up all the road that's out there. So we'll probably have a couple thousand pieces of road that'll just be extra and sitting there if we need to do some short haul stuff. I mean, from this point forward, everything changes to trains. So we're not producing roads anymore. So we're producing roads. Whoops. Move your keys over a little bit. Come on. Supply center. Rail. Cool. That's fast. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. So we know for sure that the first rail we're going to build is this fucking ridiculous steel line thing we've got going on here. That's literally killing us. But we don't have enough rail to make it yet. So, oh, look at this. Big buildings. And reach a population of 1,000 in your biggest city. Big surprise. Reinforced concrete's the problem, and it's because of the steel stuff. I guess let's just... We're producing enough. Start building this line till we run out. I ran out of extractors? What the what? Oh, halfway there. Halfway there. I want to pull this road out, but I also want to keep it there so I remember that what's going on. I guess I got it marked, right? Steel truck driver on the road. I'm just waiting. I'm like waiting for a rail to be built. I could have had more being built down there, but I feel like I'd forget about it and then have like a billion rail and wasting resources. It's me trying to be smart about it this time. Oh wow, look at that. All right. Our first long range rail. Wait, what did I do? What didn't it like? Oh, I gotta build the turnaround. All right, so let's do one of these fun. We need to do one over here also. All right. Yeah. So, did this fix my fuck you problem? It did. It was like, you can't do that. Come on. Trying to decide how it's going to drop them off, right? Remember we had that problem last night? Steel bars. All right, so now it can transport 55 annually. And we need, we can produce 120, so of course we're gonna need more trains. Yikes, that did not go well. I mean, I guess we can pull this fucking road out, right? That train was not even half full, what the hell? Okay, that fixed it. Cool. Now we're transporting 109. We're just looking right here. Do another one. 164. What did I say? 120? How much are we producing? 120, and we need more of these guys. Do better, drones. We're watching you. Right? Yeah, the drones need a little bit. Like, the more time I spend watching the drones and sort of playing with how the pads work. I talked about this a little bit yesterday, but like, they just need a little bit of fine tuning. A little bit of fine tuning to make them a little bit more efficient. All right, 164. We're producing more than that, and we only need. Oh, and we. All right, and 120. So we're producing enough. Let's just pull these trucks out in a minute. I guess, do we put a little fast train in here to speed this up? All right, there's the first train. I'm pulling the trucks. That's loud. No, Ruby, you can. Oh, whoops, shit. You cannot start. It picks the cities and puts them down. So it just randomly picks 3 cities, and the way it seems to be working is, see, this is what it looks like when it starts. It's just this little guy right here. The way it always works is, like, usually there's 2 cities that are close to each other, and then they put 1 city farther away. I think it'd be interesting to like seed a new city, or once the city comes to a certain size, like, it can go and start the burbs. Oh, you can grow cities. Yeah, you can manufacture cities. Oh, that's the first train already coming back. Okay. Good. And all of them have enough and are producing now. So technically, Yeah, the city's growing. Good. We're supplying enough. We only need 49 and we're producing 120. So I'm really doing better at doing the math this time. Oh, I like your little tag, Malls. Better TTV Pro since June 23rd, 2021. Look at you. Fancy. How much does that cost a year? How much you shelling out? It's $5 a month? Seriously? Guess that's worth it. Man, they're making a killing. Maybe they're not making a killing. I'm like, how many streamers are paying for that? And you get, let me ask you more questions. You're not doing anything. You're just sitting over there, just attentive. You just got your eyes glued to the screen. And how many do you get when you unlock it? You know what? I'll ask these questions. I'll answer my own questions later. You do what you're doing over there. No, I feel like this is the next train, right? Yeah, I canceled all my appointments. Let's just pull this now. 500 max emotes? Like what? I can barely keep track of. I guess the plus of having 500 is like you're covering all your bases. If someone comes in from another stream and they always like using whatever one, like you've got it, right? Still, no one's doing 500 emotes. Like I can barely keep track of the 45 that I've got here, right? I don't even remember what I even picked. Yeah, I know one emote. I mean, I probably use like the Spock emote the most. Does it keep stats for you and tell you which ones that your channel is using more of? Question marks. What am I doing? I'm like talking and not paying attention. I gotta build a little. I've been building roads too much. I keep forgetting that I need to build the turnarounds. Concrete, please. All right, so 106 transports. We'll need another train because it needs more than that. 120. But at least it's filling the train. No emote stats, I don't think so. So you're just basically paying them for slots and they're not giving you any statistics. Come on, Maul. I'm making a note. I'm gonna check it out. TV emotes. I can't even read my handwriting. Later I'm gonna be like, what the fuck does this mean? Yeah, for the stats you pay 100. I want to see how many times they're spamming the fart emote that's animated. Okay, so now the annual supply demand is 74, so it's gone up from 48, but we're still meeting that. Really gonna do the math this time. We're really gonna do the math. Hey, level 8! All right, that unlocked waste disposal. So we're back here already. How quickly? I guess you know you could. Let me just zoom out of the fucking loud ass town. I guess you could, like, you could play this game in a million different ways, but you could just be like, you know what? I'm fine. I'm fine with 1,300 people. I'm supplying what needs to be supplied. I'm just gonna sit back and just watch the drones fly. Objective, increase the temperature by 10. Now we've got metal waste, and recycling centers. So I'm guessing that that's why immediately Los Angeles is like, fuck you. How many of these? I've got 44 of these guys built. Oh, and then of course the irony is that like this is going to start producing steel bars that we can feed into this guy, and we won't need these long trains I just put in. Famous words. Really going to do the math this time. No, I really am. I really am doing. I'm doing it. So Los Angeles is now just going to bounce between 1,000 people. It's going to come up, and Jim's not recycling, so it's going to go down. This town is for my pop, right? It doesn't recycle. Greenhouse gas generators. So this is where we're doing this. Oh, I mean, we've already come up 6 degrees as it is. Like, it's kind of like, I don't even know if we need more of these things. I guess we'll throw a couple more in. Is this? Got a real problem. Like, this is not going fast enough. It's not going fast enough. So Ruby, thanks for coming by. Yeah, I'm only on another 30 or 40 minutes, I think. I'm going to see some football today. $312. How many of these do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is there 8 on both sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 16 times 30. So we need 480, and we're carting 312. Let's do this, right? Let's just put a train in here. Oops. Fluorite. All right, now we still need one more train. So what do we have, like 40 trucks? We're not meeting the demand. We put one train in, we're almost making the demand. Trains rock. All right, now that's plenty. Now we'll pull more than we're producing. Let's do this too. It won't be able to pull it all off the train fast enough. Let's do that. Right, that's enough. I think that's actually what's slowing it down, is just the ability to pull it and put it, right? Pull it and put it. Smell that greenhouse gas. Breathe it in. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, yeah, now we're humming. Look at this. Where's a little scale? How many? Oh, so this is going to become a problem because we're not pulling enough of this. I don't want to use, I guess 480 is the number. There's barely any gaps. Like this, okay, this would be a boring job. Yeah, I'm just stuck behind this dude. I actually don't think there's anybody in these trucks. I think they are automated. There's some guy in a warehouse somewhere with a joystick and he's just waiting for one of them to crash. I just wanted to get right here in the smoke. Let those fumes really just get right in to you. And to be honest, like, I think after this one, I don't think there's another. Maybe there's one more unlock where you have to continue to rise the temperature, but I think this is enough to like really get it. Continue to, I mean, what we're trying to do is get it enough to like let the water sprout and do some trees. Okay, so what did we unlock? We unlocked waste and recycling. I think that's it. And these things need concrete and high-tech parts. -20 for surface water. Yeah, because that seems warm enough for surface water. Hi, Omni, how are you? So waste disposal easy. High-tech parts and concrete. Oh, a record attempt, huh? Oof, we were just talking about like speed running. I think it's stressful. This is my third playthrough, and the only reason we restarted is because they changed the altitude for cities and water, and so we wanted to see if that solves some of the flooding problems we were having. All right, so concrete and high-tech parts are being built somewhere right next to each other. What's the current record? I guess I'll ask the question. $45 million? What the fuck? Seriously? I'm like having a hard time. In the last two saves, I'm having a hard time getting 100,000. But I guess like I'm like slow mode, not dialing it in Drax, right? Like just 45 million. So how much of the surface of the planet does that cover? Holy shit. Reach a population of 200 in your second biggest city. Cool. We reached the temperature. We unlocked the next one. And then when we close this, it'll say reach a population of 3,000 total population. Not as much as you think, maybe a quarter. All right. I bet that's cool to see, actually. I haven't watched, I saw the titles of those videos, but I haven't watched them. Reach a total population of 3,000 total on the planet. All right, so we need concrete and high-tech parts. So there's some high-tech parts right here, and there's some concrete right here. Right here. And these are being produced here. Yeah. Yo, we need to put a train in here. Holy shit. All right, let's do that right. Let's do that. Let's get sidetracked and do that right now. $45 million. I just can't imagine, like, I mean, I'm sure you have a really good, like, I was just talking about, like, how I've been playing just over 40 hours, but I still don't have, like, a great strategy on building half the things I build. Like, you know, in a lot of games like Drax. Oh, there it is. Now you're timed out, though. In a lot of games, like, I have a really good strategy on how to build stuff, and I just don't feel like I'm there with this game yet in terms of, like, I know exactly how things should be laid out, and... Oh, I didn't hear it. Oh, I heard it. Scam. Oh, come on. Just trying to make something pretty. Or what were you saying? I was just saying that, like, if you're trying to get to 45 million or you're trying to speed run them, you've got to have in your head, you've got exactly how, if I'm going to build this, I know exactly how it's laid out. And I just don't feel like I've got an idea of how most of this stuff should be laid out. It's not very efficient or effective. And just with any game, like, the more you play it, right, the better your layouts are and your understanding of it is. Like, this is ugly, but I'm going to leave it. All right, so we're picking up these doodads right here. And we're taking them down, dropping them right here. Yeah, I played a lot, so don't think about what I'm doing. Yeah, right. I think, I mean, there's 1,000 games that I play. What is this? Mechanical parts, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of games where I know exactly what I need to do to make it work in the best possible way, and I haven't played this game enough to do that. But I definitely feel much more comfortable now than I have in the past, for sure. What in the hell is going on here? Oh, I see. But, you know, with anything, it's fun to, like, play and learn, and I've been watching other streamers for better strategy. But I think there's also, like, something like, you know, you can watch all the videos you want and sort of, you can figure out how other people are doing it, but there's a part of it too that's just like you trying to figure it out, and maybe your way actually might be better than someone else's. Maybe not in the case for me, but, like, there's, you know, it could happen. Oh, that's right. We're doing the math this time. I agree. There's usually a better way if you look for it. Yeah. So we need 24 mechanical parts, and we're delivering way more than that, 118. But I wanted to steal some because I'm going to start building recycling centers here too, with the high-tech parts. And 24, how much in high-tech parts we're producing? Oh, a shit ton, so that's fine. Actually probably need one more of these guys. Concreto. Okay, so let's just grab a little concrete, I think. Every time I say concrete, I think about that article. Oh no. Oh, these are being built right here, and we were out of something. That's why these should start kicking over again. Yeah. Yeah, we just didn't have enough aluminum. We're just not producing enough aluminum. Aluminium. Is that good? I think of the Roman concrete that they couldn't figure out, that they just figured out has some kind of enzyme in it that makes it far superior to anything on the planet. And how it took us 1,500 years to figure that out in science. For a long time, they thought that it was. Is it? I forget. I don't know the details of the damn article. It's out of my head, but they thought it was because of where they were and how it was done, and I'd have to go back and refresh, my memory. But I don't want to say. It's all my bad memory right now and speculation. So. All right, so we got to move this tower because it doesn't matter where you put the towers. It's just always right in the way. So we're aluminum bars, MK2s, and now recycle centers. We need an assembler. And that should be close enough. And we're just building this. Oh, I actually need to build concrete here. Oh, that's classic. That is a classic move right there. Guess we'll do this. And then one of these little guys. Like the local soil environment. Yeah, it's something, and it may still be, that might have been the final outcome. The only thing that's in my brain right now is that like they figured it out, and like that's amazing. And I'd read a number of articles before, sort of a bunch of different hypotheses talking about like what is it, and how we can't figure it out, and how like the modern day concrete isn't as strong or doesn't have the longevity of it, which is just insane to think about with what we can. We went to the fucking moon, and Roman concrete from 2,000 years ago is still stronger than current concrete. All right, it's supplying 152 we can transport, and this thing needs 12. That should be enough. Kind of compact and dirty, but I mean, we don't need a lot of these. We honestly don't need a lot of them. And then we need waste disposal. So I guess what we'll do is these just need concrete. So we'll just build an assembler right off one of these right here, where we're building rail. And build that. And then we'll update this to add yet another thing. $900 pieces of rail already. 2 recyclers, more waste disposal coming. All right, and that's all that came out of the last one, right? Good. So let's go look at the one city we're going to focus on and see what's going on. So it's just bouncing from 1,000 up and then back down because we're not pulling any waste out. So, and you can see that it's actually these poor guys had to move away. Where did they go? So we're gonna take some of this steel that we're piping in because these recycling centers are gonna start producing waste that we're gonna turn into steel and aluminum. And the aluminium, we're not really, like, we're gonna use that for high-tech parts at some point, but we're not there yet. So it's gonna be, this is the problem. My problem with this part of the game is I guess if I was a better planner and builder, I would be like centralizing it all and taking care of it. But the part of me that's like, listen, I'm not going to deal with the aluminum. I'm just going to, like, I need a sink. It needs to be buried in the ground or shut into space or, you know, ground up into like nothingness if you don't use it. I want that in the game. Okay, so we're going to throw a waste disposal guy here. And when the city pops up, it'll start waste disposal again. It looks like we've got some problems with, you guessed it, supplying enough of this. Wait, where's the supply now? 74, and we're trucking 75. Come on. Oh, it's when it bounces up, it's probably higher than 74. What's going on with the oxygen? Oh, same thing, Jim. 74, and we're losing 62. So let's look at this math. We're doing the math. Guess we could take that MK1 out and put an MK2 in, huh? Math! All right, now everything's green. And in a minute, city waste disposal, inefficient. I mean, inefficient, come on. It's not inefficient, it's like non-existent. That would be a better word for it. Oops, got a little... All right, then we gotta take this to a recycling center and recycle it. And we're gonna do it pretty fucking close, I think. And remember, we're gonna move this 10 more times. And this is where we talk about, like, you've played the game a lot. You're just like, I know exactly how I want my recycling center to be set up. I'm thinking to myself right now, wait, what the fuck? How the fuck? How am I gonna make it so? I'm like, I'll go out here a little way. I know that the steel, I want steel here, so maybe I should just come here and say, maybe we should be smart about this. So it's going to produce, whoa, you can produce, oh, it's up from plastic waste. Do we just come in and say, okay, it's going to pick up the waste. Mm-hmm. Boom, 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 boom. Metal waste. And then it's going to take that and it's going to give us aluminum bars and steel bars. Wait, no, not aluminum twice, steel bars. The aluminum is going to go this way. Steel bar is going to go this way. This seems like such a great idea. Until it's not. And then here's the problem. Because we're out, so do you try to do outputs on one side, inputs on one side, but you have 2 outputs? I'm just thinking now, like I'm just thinking how I can do this better. You know, do you do something like, and then you go aluminum, steel, and then you run a train line along here. We're awful close to this. This seems like, let's leave it for now just because it seems like I'm really onto something. No, I got a problem still, because then how do we, it's twos. Brain is hurting. I guess you could, on the outside here, deliver this metal waste. And you could do it on both sides and then just build a line. But then you have the problem of this needs to pop out here, right? These 3 input ones fucking kill me. You could do something like this. I had an idea the other day. It was like, if you came down the middle here, maybe you the problem with this, of course, is that you've got, it can deliver only 2, right? So, oop. You kind of want the ability to say, listen, one side is going to be for dropping off metal waste, and then on this side, we'll get rid of the other parts, right? The steel bars and the aluminum bars. So then you just go back and forth. This doesn't seem great to me either. This will allow plenty of off all the metal, but will there be enough? And then it's just one line, right? Like this just goes on forever. You can just keep doing this. This is the turnaround. And then maybe you come over here and say, I'm gonna drop metal there, and then we'll deal with the aluminum at some point. There's already metal pads here. So do we take this and take one less train? And we clear some of these pads. And we're not that far away. This has already got enough. Oh, that was the whole playlist. Holy shit. Okay. Oh, come on. Just at 3 hours now? Oh, all right, sweet. Oh yeah, it's 4 o'clock. Oh boy. And then we take a train and we say, we're gonna drop it off right here. Metal waste. Now we can do a ton of metal waste here. How many did I build? 6. So we can take away 360. We're currently producing 56, and the train is hauling 219. So we shouldn't need more than just one train to start. And then we can take... The problem is, like, what do we do with the aluminum for the meantime? We can take one of these trains and it can drop off the steel bars there. And And I guess we could start building high-tech parts with the aluminum because we know we're going to need them. Aluminum and polymer. So do you come down here and say, and see, this is another thing. I'm sure like people have got this, like, I know exactly what needs to do this and this and this, right? So now these are running. This is pulling enough and the city should start to grow once we sort something out. What the fuck? Oh, high-tech parts. Wait, did we really bump up that much? Wait, oh, you know what? We probably needed those all along. I wasn't paying attention. All right, so then do you just come down here? Do we build this in a line, right? And we say, okay, we want a manufacturer to build high-tech parts. And it's gonna take this aluminum and then one of these is gonna be polymer. And the output is going to be high-tech parts. I feel like we're gonna come back here in a couple of hours and be like, holy disaster. And then polymer is built by these things, right? We gotta take carbon. Yeah, mine is melting. Just carbon. Well, that's good. Do we just make this a line of from hell here? And you just come down further with a little bit of extra room to build? And say, we're gonna build polymer. Whoops, with 4 of them. And we're gonna need some carbon, which is gonna come in from this side. And throw down some pads where the carbon can come out. And we'll probably need more because carbon's a pain in the ass. That'll feed the carbon into here, and then this will put out polymer bars. Oh my god, look at this nonsense. I mean, I guess it's like an assembly line, right? Okay, so now we need a train. Following along at home, right, kids? We're gonna pick up this and we're gonna drop it here, and it's gonna be aluminum bars. And then this is high-tech parts. We gotta find a place to put these high-tech parts. Let's have them come down a little bit. Maybe have them come here. Maybe we have them come. I'm trying to figure out the turnaround. It needs to be touching the city, and then we need a couple pads to unload them. Is this 2? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's see how that looks really ugly, but then we're picking up high-tech parts and we're dropping them off right there. Oh, we're not moving polymer yet. So polymer, and it's being dropped off right there. Yeah, this is great. We're not even to the hard part yet, which is making food. This could be the cleanest I've ever set this up, though. That's for sure. And I didn't do any math, so perfect. Oh, shit. All right, so we're generating 120, and this needs 90. And these are producing not enough because we've got this scrap thing is going to be the problem. How are we doing? So we're taking away enough, and the problem is going to be this for the time being. There we go. It's growing. Oh, that's plenty. Oh, we only need 37 to start. So we should be able to do that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, good. Look at this masterwork. And it's just north of the city. The city's never going to grow into this. This is going to be right in the middle of the city at some point. Right? It's fine. It's fine. I'm really loving this game. This is my third time through. And we got pretty far along in the last one, and then they put out a patch, and they moved the water spawning lower, and they moved the city spawning higher in altitude. And so what the reason we started over is because it has to have a new world generation. So I think my hope is that like the city won't be flooded. Because it's not a game ender, but like it really fucks shit up, especially when you have stuff like this built so close to the city and then it ends up going underwater and then you can't get it. You have to move everything again. So we just need total population at this point. And we can just, while we're waiting, we can see what the other cities are up to. Nothing. Oh, we're just not delivering enough. What do we need? 32. And we're delivering 21. That's an easy fix. But we're not pulling enough steel bars. Oh boy, look at this. Should we just bite the bullet? And I know we said we're only going to focus on one city, but we got a little time, and there's a global population, so let's run a train in here. We'll thank ourselves later that we did. I mean, we got the time, right? Oh, we've already got 1,500 rail. That's awesome. Oh boy. All right. I like that you don't have to have directionality on the rails either. You can just build them and then the train like figures out what the fuck it's supposed to do. All right, so we're picking up here and we're taking it here. And that's steel bars. All right, so these need 120 steel bars, and we're gonna need a second train. Can already see that it's gonna have a hard time loading the train. Let's do one there, I guess. Give it a second. We'll put 3 trains in because it's just going to be shy of what we need, it looks like. Math. Math is fun. All right, now, math, hashtag math is fun. Yeah, 182. All right, that should be plenty. It's already, well, it's growing again. And so 1,000 is the point it gets to, and then it. So we could almost bring the 2 smaller cities to 1,000 without having to deal with the nonsense of recycling. Just want to check to make sure before we run off that this is going to be enough to pull all of this steel off. I got doubts. Yep. All right. And then what do I say? 44 is the demand, and we're trucking 63. Might as well just throw another couple trucks in here. And then this is probably fine. 89. All right, so that should get this city to 1,000. Let's go. We can see New Los Angeles is growing now. So we got some truck route. Oh, look at how tiny it is. That's cute. Oh, we haven't even done oxygen yet. Well, I guess let's do that. Really breaking all my rules, huh? I'm gonna truck this, I think, just because it's such a short distance. So it needs 10. Hilarious. And we're trucking 18. Where's the nearest steel for this one? If we really wanted to make reinforced concrete, we have to come from here. Yeah, let's just, come on. It'll be fun. Just gonna ignore all the other cities. That's what I said earlier. It's just like one more turn in Civ. It totally is. Just finish this one last thing. One more battle. Hey, all right. Reached a population of... Now we need to reach a population of 10,000 in the biggest city. We've unlocked the dreaded nitrogen, water, NF3, and the ice extractors. Look at that. This is like the one and only time all 3 cities will be green up here in the map and growing. Drax. I'm going to go about another 10 minutes, I think, and then I'm going to sign off for the day. All right, good. I'm going to blow 10,000 pretty quickly, too. Drax. Do you have an internal timer, Malls? It's just telling you to when you know that's up and it's ready to go off again. I'm not gonna leave that for now, but well, that's a work in progress. We need to start building ice extractors, reinforced concrete and mechanical parts. I can't hear it, oh no. I can hear it. You think it's just too quiet? Drax, can anyone else hear it? It didn't fire that time because of the cooldown, I'm thinking. All right, so we need reinforced concrete and mechanical parts. Is there a place where we're delivering those? Probably not. Oh, this is the one where like the cities are both getting those two things, and do we try to make it close? So we've got mechanical parts right here and steel. Although it looks like we've got some stoppage here. I'm just cleaning this up. I'm not getting sidetracked. You're getting sidetracked. Yee. Oh, I guess that's fine. Those are just supplying and not feeding in. This one's missing. Fuck it. Like we have everything we kind of need to build these ice extractors. Like right here. It's just not, the one thing we're missing is reinforced concrete, but we have a bunch of steel sitting here. So can we, and we're producing concrete right here. So can we do like this and this, and then maybe we just need a little bit of it. So maybe a factory that sits right there that builds reinforced concrete. Will it be able to pull if we actually get a concrete right here? There we go. All right. So that's building reinforced concrete. This is going to be tricky. Tricky and dirty too. Look at this. Reinforced concrete. So then maybe we just truck this over here. And then we put down an assembler right here and say we want to build ice extractors. It's going to take those mechanical parts, grab a truck and tell it to drop it right there. And we're hauling the reinforced concrete. We need another pad, which we're going to put there. It needs 12, and we'll put another truck on it. And then we'll update this to include Ice extractors. Yeah. Good. Perfect. Ora, perfecto. Perfecto. All right, so it'll start pumping out those, and that's the only new thing we have, right? Yeah. All right. Xi'an is growing. New Los Angeles is growing. Osaka has stopped because it needs reinforced steel. Whoa. No, it needs high-tech parts. It's a little farther along than I thought. Let's go back to Los Angeles. Remember, we're focused on the one city. Focused on the one city. Now, what's going on here? We're not delivering enough high-tech parts. Not surprising. Annual waste 126. How much are we hauling here? 219. So it's keeping up. And these are firing off. So we're only producing enough waste to fire off 120 out of... So two of the factories are running. They're producing 120 aluminum bars. And this thing... Which means like 1.5 factories are producing high-tech parts. We're producing like 60 high-tech parts. This math's a little janky. And we need 85. So we're not producing enough waste. We're not producing enough waste to fulfill this. And so what I normally do is find some aluminum and truck it in for the problem. And fortunately, there's some aluminum right here. Yay. We've got a problem with the extractors. We need to figure that out. Okay, we're going to come back and we're going to take that in. But let's go to where we're building extractors. We're just not building enough. Something's wrong. It's because these have stopped, right? I've noticed this the last couple times, but I'm just not come back down here. All right. I mean, that's the problem, right? Let's go ahead and update those two. 12, and we're producing way more than that. We just, the extractors had run out of iron, and so it stopped feeding them. This will catch up in a second. Yep. And it looks like we're gonna have the same problem here, but I don't know that we need any more trucks. We have 146, so probably just remove that. Let this continue to build assembly plants. We've got 68, but you never know. So let's come in and clean this up too. Yeah, we can see these are already coming back online and beginning to produce now. Cool. Cool. All right, so what we're gonna pick up tomorrow is we'll pick up this aluminum and bring it down here to stop the gap that we've got because we're not producing enough. We're not producing enough metal waste to feed the aluminum manufacturer, which makes sense. There's just this little gap. It makes the game a little bit interesting at this point because otherwise it would just all be just automated. And you can see Los Angeles is growing again, so that's good. All right. Good, very good, actually. I'm really happy with the way that went. I was a little worried about starting over, but I think it was the right move, and I guess we'll find out in the next run gameplay, because we'll see the water start to form and whether the actual fix stop the water from flooding the cities. Thanks for the follows. Yeah, I've got a YouTube video out there that can we get good taco in LA? We can get lots of good tacos in LA. Oh man, why'd you have to say that? I'm hungry. Yeah, I did a quick YouTube video last week, or this week, just 5 quick tips that I think are kind of fun to use, and they're still relevant even with the game updating. Probably do another Plan B video next week. Yeah, so thanks for the follows. Lack, thanks for coming in. Thanks for everyone, and if you like what you see, please drop me a follow. I'm a new streamer, and so I'm on my way to affiliate, but I can definitely use it, and we'd love to see you come back. We're not going to raid out today, but there's a couple other guys in the channel I'm sure that worth going and seeing, so you can pop over to them. Have a wonderful Wednesday wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.